So my brother graduated earlier this year, and when he graduated, he invited 20 people to a month-long Nerf war. And so how it works is you can't be shot at work, and if you get shot, you're dead for that day. Okay, so here's what happened the first few days. Day 1, I shot my brother when he got home from work, and then I meleeed myself. Day 2, I actually went to Kings Island and shot someone in the parking lot, and then at the end of the day, I meleeed myself. But on day 3, that's where things got interesting. Okay, so day 3, I'm upstairs in the living room, and then my brother AJ comes upstairs with his Nerf Minecraft Dungeons hammer and a bunch of ammo. He was like ready to attack someone, and then he told me that him, Ben, and Micah were planning to go and attack literally everyone in the war. So I'm like, I'm not just gonna sit at home and do nothing and just die. So I actually got my own friends, Grant and Ethan. I said, hey guys, I know of this plan that's going down. We need to get together. So we met up at Grant's grandparents, and we worked there for about 2.5 hours, and no one showed up. But I did have my brother's shield in the back of my car, and he was going to use that for the raid. So he actually came when we were done working and grabbed the shield from my car. We didn't attack or anything there because technically, since we were working there, we couldn't be attacked, and we couldn't attack because it was work, and we didn't even think about that. And so once AJ came, he got his shield. Then he also pulled me aside and said, hey, I'm gonna go to Micah's tonight. We are going to attack literally everyone in the war, and we're gonna go on a raid. And I was like, I've been wanting to do this since before the war even started. When I first heard about the war, I wanted to go around and kill everyone. And so instead of defending myself against this raid, I am now invited to this raid. But because of the work that I just did with Grant and Ethan, we had a bond, so I didn't want to just turn against them without saying anything. So I told them what was going on. We went through our options, should we all just suicide, or should we defend ourselves at someone's house? But final decision was I go to the raid, and Ethan and Grant, they just go home and do their own thing. So fast forward, make it to Micah's, and there's 4 of us there. It's AJ, Micah, Asa, who is Micah's brother, and me. The first person we go after was Gibson because he was super close by. He was eating at a restaurant, and when we got there, we sat outside the restaurant in the parking lot in our cars for 5-ish minutes, and then we saw him come out. We didn't wait long at all. So AJ got out of the car with his hammer, and he chased him down and just meleeed him. He was unarmed. Yeah, Gibson had no idea what was coming. And so here's a picture of it. Unfortunately for the raid, I don't have a whole lot of footage because I had a gun in my hand, so I couldn't really record. I do have some footage. In the future, I do want to get a cameraman to record some of these fights, so make sure you subscribe to see some of that. So after we got Gibson, we looked at the map and we saw the next closest person was Micah Waldman. We were with Micah Crockett, so we're just gonna call the person we're going after Waldman, because there's 2 Micahs, it gets confusing. So apparently, before this raid, Waldman actually killed Micah while Micah was asleep a few days before. And so now Micah has a vendetta against Waldman. So when we get to Waldman's house, we actually track him down. He was running throughout the streets, and then we force him to get into the back of the truck that we were chasing him with, and we take him back to his house, go to his backyard, and we perform an execution.
I didn't even...
On your knees!
Wait, am I getting shot twice?
No.
Are you gonna shoot me in the back of the head?
Everybody shut up. I used to think of you as my brother. I didn't let you sleep in a home that wasn't mine. Any last words?
Hold on, let me think.
Grab
This
his
is where
arms.
the fun begins. Those are my final words.
Sneaker IG 20.4
See you in hell, brother.
7 underscore.
Oh, I didn't know it was gonna be a storm. I thought AJ was gonna shoot me. Bro, I thought he was gonna shoot me in the side of the head. I was not ready for that. Ow!
Micah, you deserved it for shooting a man in his sleep.
After the execution, we actually took Micah Waldman with us to be a cameraman, so we actually have a little bit of footage, but it's not the greatest. We went to get Noah Williams. So apparently he was on a date at a park, which was going to close soon because it was getting dark. So when we got there, we had no idea where he was, so the park was pretty much just a trail in the woods. And so we waited by the exit of the trail right next to his car and formed a game plan. So 2 of us go around the trail to try to find him and take him out, or push him out. And and then the rest of us were actually going to stay by his car to get him. But when we found him coming out of the woods, apparently earlier that day he actually already suicided.
I shot myself like 2 hours ago, dude. Because I wasn't thinking straight and I killed myself.
Wait.
I realized that literally as I was walking through the forest, I was like, wait a second, I killed myself.
This is literally insane. Having so much fun. So we couldn't kill him and he couldn't kill us, so we basically went there for nothing. After we tried to get Noah, we went after Ben, which he was originally going to be a part of the raid, as I mentioned earlier, but instead he ditched us and went on a date with his girlfriend. And so we were actually going to go and get him while he was on his date, but when we got there, his car actually, it didn't break down, but one of his tires got flat and they could not get the tire off for the life of them. They tried so many things, but they just could not do it. And so apparently Asa shot him because he was scared. He didn't know what to do. So Asa shot Ben, but AJ was like, no, I'm overruling that. If you're gonna shoot him, it's like such an easy kill. Might as well just melee him for 200 more points. And so we actually meleeed him. So after that interesting situation with Ben, the game plan was to spend the night at Micah's house. But AJ, Ben, and Micah were invited to go to Ben's girlfriend's house for a bonfire. So the rest of us went to Micah's house. Then at Micah's house, it was Asa, Waldman, and me there. But then Noah came over, the guy that we tried to get earlier, but he already shot himself. And he said that we should ambush the guys when they get home after the bonfire, because by that time it would be midnight, so everyone would be alive. And so, because it was almost midnight, I actually took out Asa because he was still alive, even though we were in an alliance. I took him out just to get those points. And then when AJ, Ben, and Micah, when they finally got to Micah's house, we had an ambush planned. And so I went up and meleeed each of them. And then once we were trying to figure out like how many points everyone had, I actually killed everyone else there as well. So I killed Asa, Waldman, Noah, Ben, Micah, and AJ. All at 1 a.m. And then I also suicided. So that was a lot of points. And that's pretty much the raid. Yeah, that's the end of the raid. There has been so much that has happened in this first week, so I'm probably gonna have to make another video just around what happened in the first week. So make sure you subscribe to see that.